Welcome to Easy 3 Sport Production. I'm your host, Suttles. And before we get started, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that sub button. Make sure you click that like. It costs absolutely nothing to do. And make sure you leave your comment in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts on this particular subject. So without further ado, let's get it. Saquon Barkley. There is a lot of rumors going around about the trade, about Saquon Barkley. Now, I know a lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. It just really depends on who you are talking to. But here we're going to be talking about what is the true value for Saquon Barkley. Now, he is a running back. He is going to be on his 5th year option. He has literally been injured 3 out of the 4 years. But we've seen that first year when he is 100%, he is absolutely dynamic. Now, the second year, he wasn't as dynamic, but he was still able to put up a 1,000-yard season, but injuries really began to catch up with him. The third year, he was going for the season. Last year, you really seen that he didn't lose a step. It seemed like he just lost the confidence in his old running style, and he really made a lot of business decisions going forward last season. Now, we weren't a winning team at all, so you can't really fault him for not wanting to get injured at that time period. But now we are in the 5th year, and we're looking to see, do we really want to keep this guy, or can we get some trade value for him? And I've been hearing a whole bunch of what we really think Saquon Barkley is valued at. Now, down there in Indianapolis right now, they're at the Combine, and they've been asking a lot of GMs, where do you see the value of Saquon Barkley? A lot of people are saying 4th rounders, maybe a 3rd rounder, but the consensus is mostly a 4th rounder. If you talk to Giant fans, they're looking for a 1st, which that is absolute absurd. We are not going to get a 1st for Saquon Barkley. 2nd round pick, I can see, but for me, it really comes down to what Joe Shane is going to do with those picks, not so much what he trades for Saquon Barkley. Just because Saquon Barkley's stock is down does not mean that we cannot benefit from his stock being down. Now, for me, I value him as a 3rd rounder. If we can get a 3rd and a 5th, or a 3rd and a 6th from somebody for him, I would take that in a heartbeat. And you're probably saying, yeah, you're getting him away for peanuts for what we got him for. You're not going to get a 1st rounder for him, no matter how much, you think he's worth. He was the number 2 overall pick, and he has not performed like the number 2 overall pick. So you're not getting a 1st for him, because a 1st round pick is like gold. But in my scenario, if I'm getting a 3rd and a 6th, let's just say that, I feel like it just depends on what you're going to do with that 3rd and that 6th, because that's what a lot of people don't think. They really think that, hey, we just traded this guy for just a 3rd and a 6th. But what if come time to draft, that 3rd and that 6th that you literally traded for Saquon Barkley ends up getting you an early 2nd round pick because somebody was falling and you wanted to get him? Or maybe you package those 2 picks that you got, the 3rd and the 6th, and, next year's 2, and you move back up into the 1st round. So it really depends on exactly what you do with those picks rather than what you got for Saquon Barkley. Perfect example, a lot of people are just trying to compare this to the Odell Beckham situation. Now, I was very upset when we got rid of Odell Beckham, and then when you take a step back and you actually look at all of the events that was leading up to him getting traded, you kind of seen it coming. It was more of a management and an owner decision. It wasn't more so that he was a terrible player. It wasn't he was a cancer to the locker room or anything like that. They just knew that he was bigger than the Giants, and they didn't want that. But I do give Dave Gettleman credit for that trade, because looking across the league, you see those great wide receivers, they literally get traded or passed off for pennies on the dollar. I mean, Dave Gettleman was able to get Jabril Peppers, who was a first-round draft pick, the number 17 pick, and then a third-rounder. That is phenomenal for a wide receiver, because then when we look at the league overall, you look at DeAndre Hopkins, who got traded for, I think, like a second or third-rounder. AB, who just got flat-out released. Julio Jones, he got traded for pennies on a dollar. Like, those top-notch wide receivers was just getting passed off for pennies on the dollar. Now, we made a very good trade. That's what Dave Gettleman did. The problem was he didn't execute on either moving up in the draft and or drafting the correct players. With the 17th pick, we got Dexter Lawrence, who has been very underwhelming. Jabril Peppers, he's solid, but he's most likely just going to not be on the team next year so that we can get a comp pick. And O'Shane Ximines never turned into anything. So now it looks like that the trade is absolutely terrible. But he did a phenomenal job with it. And I think that this is going to be the same thing with Saquon Barkley. Now, from my sense, I feel like that they don't really want to trade him, but they got to keep their options open. And for me, if someone throws me a third and a fifth or a third and a sixth, I'm gladly going to take that for Saquon Barkley, simply because I know that when the time is right, I can potentially use that same exact trade to move back up into the second round for somebody that fell that you really wanted, or package that up and move back up into the first round, or just get another early second round draft pick. If I can squeeze another draft pick out of somebody, like a seventh or anything of that nature, I'm going to do it. But for my value, I'll let them go for a third and fifth, and I'll use those trades and start swindling around, and I'm going to get some more players. I'm going to get a lot more value out of what I just got for it. But Saquon is an amazing player, but he's not amazing for this team. Even in his best season, the team didn't have success. I can guarantee you, if you keep that value of where I'm at, third and a fifth, Baltimore will definitely do it. The Buffalo Bills will definitely do it. Those kinds of teams, I mean, the 49ers would definitely do it, where he can go and he can be successful. He won't have to be the one with the bulk of the load, and championship contendership, they'll definitely do it because they are one player away from getting to the championship. Now, with all this Saquon Barkley talk, I understand a lot of people have all different kinds of values on what you want for Saquon Barkley. I want to hear what you want to say in the comment section. If you agree with me, go ahead and hit that sub. If not, I'll take a like. And until next time, I'm out.